So, Eddie, in terms of his demeanor, is devolving further and further into his state of psychosis and desire for ruthless violence and outright lack of care for life and humanity. So he's falling to primal murderous instinct just basically on the way that he presumes people are going to treat him because of the amount of criticism and the amount of harassment and the amount of abuse that he suffered in his life as well. So in contrast to both Angela and Eddie, it's a very different toning for James, but everybody within Silent Hill that's here that we've met, besides Laura, is dealing with their own personal demons manifest. And that's kind of what we're experiencing right now. And Eddie is obviously not in his right fucking mind. Like, he's obviously psycho and off his fucking shit, but James is having to push not getting shot, obviously, because Eddie is fucking mentally psychotic. And James has to preserve his life in order to discover his own truth. But whereas James's journey is a slow burn, Eddie's is more of like a descent, and so is Angela's in a way. But Angela, her demon can be interpreted as an ascent and a liberation to freedom, and Eddie's can be seen as a weight pulling him down. So there's a very big allegorical, metaphysical sense with that. They still haven't found him. Since he had the cabinet key, we should assume one of the prisoners got his hands on it. Get the spare from the witness checkpoint and secure the rifle before it falls into the wrong hands. Yeah, okay, that's my top priority, is securing that motherfucking rifle. Rifle does not fuck around in Silent Hill. Rifle is what you pull out when you want something dead and you don't want it to come back. Rifle is like Zombieland double tap, but like with one round. That's what we want. Okay. What the fuck? I have no idea what the hell is going on. It is so goddamn freaking dark in here. Holy shit. Oh, the lights are timed. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I definitely don't want it dark in here. I need it light so I can see whatever's coming at me. So we are definitely most certainly in the Toluca prison now. I think that's safe to say. So this must be the prison complex. And this must be the quartering where there's the, Wait, what the fuck is this? This is new. This wasn't here before. Looks like a set of scales or something? Ah. It's the scales of justice. That's fucking cool. Oh, and here's the gallows. Yeah, okay, alright. They just changed the environment around a little bit. This is different than it was before. So originally, the hanging puzzle with the criminals and the offenders and the guilty and the innocent was within the labyrinth because it's supposed to be something that James encounters later, but I think it actually makes a little bit more sense for it to be placed here before the labyrinth. And I can denote why. So, being able to fall to the aspect of judgment for himself and to be able to glean out of the text who's guilty and who's innocent prepares him to be able to tackle the labyrinth and to be subject to the labyrinth and the truth that he will eventually come to uncover. So I think it actually makes more sense narratively for that to be there than within the depths of the labyrinth, actually. So if they happen to move that from the labyrinth... Snake, huh? Wait, weren't there icons on the scale? So yeah, narratively, I actually think, I'm not gonna lie, I think that makes more sense. So that's a really good adjustment by Bloober. So, like, they obviously very, very, very much paid attention to the narrative of the story and everything like that, and all the little nuances and everything to come with it. Yeah, okay, so there's different icons that obviously represent the different doors, but we don't have any of the other weights to be able to use for this puzzle, so it seems like we're missing like 4 or 5 different weights that we have to go collect. So this is going to be some fetch quest bullshit, and undoubtedly we are going to go have to face a shit ton of nasties to do it. and I'm not exactly looking forward to that. So that means that we're probably going to have to explore the different cells and shit. The cell is to be cleaned up by Tuesday. Make sure you get the cons to do it by then. The previous tenant has been moved to death row as per the warden's order. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I don't get smacked in the back by any nasty thing. Normally, I wouldn't be opposed to having a pair of legs wrapped around me, but I don't like the mannequins in this game. I was gonna say, I'm assuming some of these have got to be openable. Oh, okay. Nice frame rate right there. I should have dodged that, you're right. I got really greedy. Yeah, we'll take a healy-wheelie automobile. Why not? Okay, you can bite the bullet, dude. Quite literally. Oh, it's the tablet from the tablet puzzle. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Super neat. Alright. Okay, that's locked. We can't access that right now. So either we have to break into it from a neighboring cell, or we have to go get some sort of key, or we have to maybe mess with something electronically to be able to open it, perhaps? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, all these seem openable so far. What was that he just looked at? It seemed like he looked up at something, but I have no idea what he's looking up at. There's no enemies here or anything like that, so I have no idea what the fuck he's cocking his head about. Okay, this one has a hole in the back of the wall that somebody obviously dug out. Sure, this will be safe. There's a health drink, though. Oh, but there's also a mannequin. Are you serious? Man, I was even on top of my shit. I was fucking vigilant as fuck, and I still end up taking damage? Kinda wild, Chief. It's also crazy that I have to use a health drink straight off of another health drink after I literally just healed. That's nuts, the damage they do. Okay, so I can't open that. I don't have access to any more weights, however. Bull door. Okay. Huh. Yeah, this is unopenable. Okay, but it's break-intoable from the other side, so let's go to the other side and see if we can't enter that cell. So maybe you're supposed to come around here and see that the wall is breakable, and then break through it through this side or something like that. Yeah, but it doesn't look like there's any indicator that you can do that from this side. Unless I'm... Yeah, I had to go one cell down. Okay. That was not immediately visible. Okay. Oh, and then we can go around here, yeah. Three handgun rounds for some shotgun shells? Yeah, it's worth a shotgun shell, I think. Okay, so that's still locked, so we have to go back through. Right, so what do we do then if that's the case? Because the weight that I have, I can't open any of these doors. So I'm assuming when you allocate the correct amount of weight, it's going to open the corresponding door. So I think I got that part down, but... I wonder if they still kept the random scream that happens. See, I'm looking out here for some sort of weight that I can collect. Because if I have to come in here to get the first weight, I think that makes sense, and then you can apply the 2 weights to the scale, and then you can progress and continue, but I'm not really seeing anything out here. At least. Oh, there's galloping with horses. That's what they put in here instead. Okay. Very nice. I like it. Good touch. Do we have to take the weight off of the scale entirely? No, okay, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, so I don't know where the fuck to get the rest of the weights to be able to intermingle with that puzzle. That puzzle's gonna be a bitch, by the way, with the amount of weights that are there. We're probably gonna be on that for a good fucking minute, so I'm probably gonna cut out the last part of it, because I'm assuming opening the individual doors isn't going to be that terrible in terms of intermixing the weights and stuff like that, but I bet opening the last door is going to be a complete cunt, given the amount of weights that are present. So I guess we can't do anything over there. Oh, we have to do something over there. This is inaccessible, at least for the time being. We've been up here, haven't we? Oh, no, we haven't. This is brand new. This is a church. Contained within the prison? Yeah, you know what? Given the nature of Silent Hill, that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. No items over here? No handgun rounds? No handgun rounds. No pickupables? No pickupables. What is that? Ah! God damn it. Were you in the confessional saying your Hail Marys and whatever the fuck with your rosary beads? Piece of shit. I'm still not gonna feel bad for you. You guys suck. Seriously, y'all are fucking abysmal. I don't like any of y'all. Oh, there was something on the shelf here. What is that? Oh, it's a fucking heroin syringe. Cool. The prisoners do not feel remorse. In fact, they do not feel themselves to be sinful at all. Even the simplest of them will try to shield themselves from the Lord's gaze with what little words they know. And so, they dream blissfully, the sinners that they are. For no matter how foul and loathsome one's existence may be, human nature abides. That's exactly who you want running a fucking prison, is a religious wacko wingnut. Worried about freaking sin and self-preservation and salvation and freaking all that shit. Alright, well now that we have another weight for the puzzle, that means that we can eventually... Righty then. Now, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by scrapey Silent Hill noises, I think we can go back to the scale and mess around with it a little bit and tinker with it some. And we should be able to open at least one of these doors, if not multiple. But I'm assuming it's going to be one section of the prison per, so when we set down a new weight and we allocate a different amount, we're going to be able to open different doors one at a time. Singularo. Oh, it's the heavies. Okay. So that didn't do anything, so let's try that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now we have the snake door. So, depending on where the needle started, I was going to say, we might get a different result if we do this. So I'm assuming it has to be lit up with the weights actively on it to be able to have that door open and accessible to us. And the snake door was over here, I believe. It's down here, right? No, what is that? Symbol of a bird, maybe? Looks like a bird, okay. So we have the bird, the bison, or the ox, or something like that over here on this opposite side, right here. Oh, the snake door was off to the left, that's right. Wasn't it? This is where I just came from. This is the snake door. I knew I ran past it multiple times, I just didn't know where it was. Okay, what do we got working with in here? Okay, this looks like Death Row. This looks like an... They climb on the walls now? Oh, shit. That's going to fucking suck. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, this looks like an execution chamber. Great. I do not like static with notes to read. I would rather eliminate all the sources of the static before I go digging into research and files and papers and whatnot. Okay. A reminder to all guards, effective immediately. It is absolutely mandatory for everyone to familiarize themselves with the revised generator maintenance manual. We all remember what happened last time there was a spike, though I'm certain most of us would very much want to forget. We will not have another incident. Okay, so I guess a roommate, or not a roommate, a prisoner. I mean, they kind of are roommates, right? Like sharing a space with random strangers and shit. Oh my god. Dude, do not trust me with 15 people, especially good people. I'm going to bore you motherfuckers to death. What's up, Tallboy? Welcome to stream. We are smack dab in the middle of Silent Hill 2, and my headphones are going to be incredibly loud, so I'm sorry for the double audio. Please don't subject your people to this horrible bullshit. Hello, guys. My name is Meshi. You guys probably met me from Tallboy's stream earlier when he was playing Lies of P. We are smack dab in the middle of Silent Hill 2, one of the most revered and notorious horror games of its generation in the PS2 era. We are playing the remake. Don't worry, you're horrible. Not as horrible as me, I assure you. You're about to see that through gameplay when I flub up 1,000 times. So, basically what I'm doing is I'm going into a lot of tidbits and lore details about Silent Hill 2, because for those who do not know this game, it is very subliminal, very subversive, and it has a lot of allegorical and heavy metaphorical themes to it. This game has so much notoriety for being so goddamn ahead of its time, and it is very highly revered for doing so. There's never been another horror game to do it quite like Silent Hill, and if you guys are familiar with Silent Hill, I'm sure you know that firsthand. My name is Meshi. I play a lot of platformers. I'm a very big fan of horror games, and I'm a very big fan of RPGs. So if that sounds like any of your guys' forte, and you don't mind a little bit of snappy humor and a little bit of dark comedy, I'm probably good for you. But I'm not really good for anyone. As seen right there. And there. Okay. So combat in this game, I'm not gonna lie, is a little bit squirrely, so I'm probably gonna get my ass beat relentlessly in this fucking prison that I'm in. Okay, not this time, asshole. Oh, come on. There we go. I feel like I'm in the future already. The future of what? The future of ineptitude? This is what every gamer is gonna be like in the next 15 or 20 years when our senses give out. I'm in the middle of playing Crash Bandicoot, and I didn't expect my depth perception to be as good as it still is. And in the old school Crash Bandicoot, you don't have that little shadow or that little freaking gold ring of light to tell you where you're gonna land. You kinda have to judge it. Oh man, this place is full of nasties. Oh boy. This is not looking bueno. I do not like the looks of this. I'm gonna lose so many health items in here trying to dispatch all these enemies, it's not even gonna be funny. I hope James has health insurance. We might be needing it. Don't worry, Tallboy was dying left and right. Well, we're not gonna die anytime soon. We're not that inept. We're not that bad. It's okay, we're fine. Yeah, that's right, he was dipping into some Hollow Knight Silksong, right? I have never played a Hollow Knight game, but I've heard amazing things about them, and I've heard that they are incredible. And I do hope to dip into them at some point or another. I believe my friend bought me the first one because he wanted me to play it so bad, and I just have not had the time to get around to it. Or it has been very low on my priority list, but it should happen at some point or another. But thank you so much for rating me. Thank you for deciding to bring your people here. I hope I'm at least somewhat mildly entertaining for you guys. I know I don't really use facecam. I'm not really that kind of person. I'm also an LGBTQ-friendly streamer, so if you guys happen to be LGBT, you're absolutely welcome here, as a trans person myself. And a murderer of leg puppets. Look at that. Prescribing 2 doses of lead. Call me in the morning. Don't call me. It's okay, I won't answer. I appreciate you hanging out on my stream. Always, brother. It's always good to meet people that are into Souls-likes. It's always good to meet very, apt and social people, I think. It's refreshing on this platform where there's so many people that are willing to step on the head of another, like Mario on a Goomba, you know, just to get ahead or, like, gain a little bit more notoriety. So it's always really, really refreshing and really driving and motivating to come across welcoming people that just want to establish and build community and have a good time kicking back with people. Because that's always been what I've been about. I've never really cared about notoriety. I've never cared about making anything of myself. I've never cared about profiteering. I've never really given a shit. I just like playing video games. And I find video games are more enjoyable when they're shared as a medium with community, so. We were singing karaoke, cut him a break? Okay. Only because he was probably fixating more on the quality of the karaoke than he was on the quality of the gameplay. Okay, so now we have a generator puzzle. I'm not really honestly looking forward to this, but I know that I have to overlit it, which means that I probably have to get the needle to the very end of the red zone. So we might be here a good minute. And I have no idea how long this is going to take, and it's probably going to be minutes and minutes and possibly an hour of dead air before I get through this, so. Looking at the words instead of the game, more likely. Yeah, that's what I figured. A lot of the music that I listen to, I have kind of patterned in my mind because I listen to it so much, so I know exactly. Well, we're in the red zone. Can I just keep doing that to get it up to red? For the love of Jesus, please. There we go. Okay, let's try it. Oh my god! Oh my god! I hate everything! Fuck me! No wonder it seemed so freaking goddamn hard. Okay, it's alright, we did it, and we did it with no walkthrough. And I'm a complete dumbass, and I had the answer 10 times. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Unbelievable. That's crazy, dude.